So ready. So who's ready for the my first and probably what's going to end up being probably the most controversial change that I want. And that is a universal mechanic. That's a universal change to the game. Minus 15 to 20% damage nerf. What do I mean by that? Exactly what I say. The damage in this game has gotten beyond absurd. So as a universal change, be it through a straight damage reduction or through a hit stun change to lower combos, I'd want to see a 15 to 20% straight damage nerf. Probably the best way for it, for me, would be a hit stun change. Just so that way, just because even if we reduce the damage by 15-20% and just straight up, people are still gonna build 2-3 bars of combos. So we reduce hit stun from if we change hit stun characters, or we change the hit stun on characters to lower the combos. People won't build 3 bars of combo anymore. They're probably also lowering the damage. That'd be nice. So yeah, that's a general universal change that I want. Another general universal change I want. No. Remove SD on whiffed specials. And what I mean by that is primarily beam specials. But just in general. You should not be able to cancel whiffed specials. Actually, hang on. Hang on, let me figure out how to rewrite this. Specials on whiffed can't be cancelled. There you go. Specials on whiff cannot be cancelled. This is primarily pointing towards beams, of course, because I absolutely despise the change of I'm just gonna fire a beam into the air, and then if I miss, it's fine. I can just super dash afterwards. I hate that change. It is so dumb. And then, but why not just say beams? Because barriers should also be that. And what do I mean by that? Android 17, Android 18, and lab code 21. They should not be able to cancel their barriers unless the barriers are hit. 18 should not be able to cancel barrier into barrier, or barrier into 17 call unless the button is pressed. 17 should not. Well, actually, no, 17 already can, but you get and then same thing with. But then when it comes to 17 and lab coat and 18 too, just give them straight up more recovery. So you should not be able to just cancel whiffed options. I don't understand. Also, what's up, Colonel? So those are the main two universal changes that I want. I want there to be a straight up damage reduction, straight up nerf to damage for everyone. Again, two options for that being A, just a straight up damage nerf, or probably the better option, hit stun reduction. Because if you reduce hit stun reduction, then everyone's not going to build 2 to 3 bars, thereby also lowering damage. Which I will take as well, because the fact that everyone builds 2+ bars per hit is dumb. Actually, sorry, one more change. One more change. Remove meter dropped characters. Hang on. Revert meter. How the fuck do you spell revert? Okay. Revert the meter percent reduction on Gogeta. Assuming these other things happen, give the characters back their freaking meter. Why they give everyone 20,000 meter, but then they decide, oh yeah, Gogeta, Vegito, Lab Code Gogeta, Zamasu, Hit, and Janemba have to have no meter. It's so dumb. They give every single character they give 1,000,000 bars to, but then they're like, nope, these 7 characters have to have meter reduction. Give them their meter back, and give them actual changes. That was the laziest nerfs of all time. So freaking give them their meter back, and then go actually fix them. And actually, we'll go into different characters. What do you guys think? Start with buffs or start with, what do you think? Buffs at the top or nerfs at the top? We're gonna be adding plenty of lines. Don't worry. Start with buffs at the top or nerfs at the top? Buffs at the top? Alright, buffs at the top. Buffs at the top. What characters need buffs? Well, obviously Beerus. Beerus is always going to be the first one we talk about buffs. Yeah, no. We'll get to him. We'll get to him soon. Alright, so we'll start with an obvious one. One that a lot of people argue. Talked about the amount of interval moves in the game. We're gonna get to that, Blazer. We're gonna get to that in the nerf section. I was considering making that its own category, the frame 4s, which honestly I still might. But once we get to the nerfs, we'll talk about the frame 4s, because that might honestly be its own category, the removal of frame 4s. But we'll get there. We'll start with the buffs, and we'll start with base Goku. There aren't that many characters that are going in the section. To be fair, not many characters are going to go into section. Because to be honest, I think the overall power level of this game is absurd, and I'd rather bring characters down. I'm looking for the patch note. Oh, there is no. No, I should change the title. The patch notes aren't out. The patch notes aren't out yet. I'm talking. Patches. I'm gonna change it to discussion/wishlist. Because the patch notes aren't out yet. The patch notes aren't out, and they won't be out till after Evo. So I'm gonna change it to discussion/wishlist, because that's what we're basically just talking about. Yeah, my bad, Kosovi. I didn't mean to mislead you on that one. I probably should have said discussion/wishlist from the start, just to say why it's just to discuss the because that's what we're doing. But yeah, anyways, base Goku. Not playing Granblue versus. We're playing Granblue versus later once because we got Paragon today, but we have 3.5 hours till then, and we're going to discuss Dragon Ball. What do we want, y'all? Jacob, universal mechanic changes. I've already said. I want an overall damage nerf to everybody. Either straight up damage nerf or a hit stun nerf to make it work, to make combos not as long, so that way you dump as much meter. Specials should not be cancelable. Should not be cancelable into other specials, or should not be canceled into or cannot be canceled into super dashes, because if you're throwing at a special, you should not be just safe to go cancel into whatever you want afterwards. And then revert the meter penalty given to those 7 characters. Give them actual freaking changes. Don't give why the meter penalty was lazy, and they made every character build 2 to 3 bars, and then they just left the 7 in the dust. So revert them and then change them. The meter penalty was stupid. Anyways, base Goku, lagging in neutral, lagging in normals, and assuming that what I say actually happens, which of course is the damage nerfs. Base Goku is going to need help at that point, because the only thing Base Goku has is damage. Who are you? I'm Zane. Nice to meet you. Because again, assuming that these things happen, right? I'm going to be discussing this, assuming that these things happen. They're not going to. Let's face it, they're not going to, obviously. But in case they do, which again they're not. You're not him. Then who am I? Then Base Goku definitely needs buffs. I still think an increase in damage off his throws, or basically, or at least off the scaling would be a way to go with that. Oh, I agree, Jacob. I know that people wouldn't agree with this. TOs especially, because DBFZ matches already take a while as is. But I'm not talking about from a TO's perspective, because I'm not a TO. I can only talk from a player perspective. And the fact that I die at 80% HP 90% of the time off a DR starter is a little silly. I'm sorry. I don't play the Roid archetype. Sorry. Yeah, so if anything but Base Goku, like I said, make his throws have a little less scaling on him, make people more afraid of him make people a little more afraid of him on offense, so he can actually get things started. I'm sure he'll need other things as well, but that's always the first thing I think on top of my head. 8% off the art, yeah. Dude, I lost 70% HP because I got DR'd by Jiren, and Jiren did not use an assist. Last night, 0 assists. I got 0 assists. I got DR'd by Jiren, and I lost 70% HP and died. So yes, welcome to today's Dragon Ball. You like Goku? Can we just revert some? Can we just revert some of this shit? Still play this? Starts going. I played a little bit the last couple of days because I need to make sure I know how to play for CEO in a couple of weeks. Yeah, you like Goku? Seriously, just revert some of his shit. Make his assist his old assist again. But give him 2-1 for each back. Yeah, honestly, give him his 2-1 for H back. Give him his old assist back. Because honestly, based on what we have today, they're honestly not that bad. Let's do this schedule. You'll be Cyrus. Then I'll be Cyrus for a couple hours, and then we'll be back. Then we'll be back on Grand Blue for Paragon, like I said, in a couple hours. All right, Piccolo. It's funny to have a world where I'm actually saying Piccolo needs buffs. Same thing with the next character I'm going to say, but it's funny having a world where I say that Piccolo needs buffs. What does Piccolo need? I don't even freaking know. If anything, like I said, maybe make his orb have a Z Broly Ki Blast property or some shit, just to give him some form of neutral that can't just be blown away by a single Ki Blast throw. I'm sure he needs much more than that, but I honestly don't even know what the hell to do with Piccolo at this point. That's gonna be kind of my issue, pretty much, more than likely, when it comes to talking about the buffs of these characters. I'll have an easier time pointing out nerfs I think that should happen to these characters, but buffs are going to be a lot trickier because technically these characters are stronger than they've ever been. So it's like, what the hell do we talk about when it comes to making them even stronger than they currently are? Like, are we going to give Piccolo? Are we going to give Piccolo a full beam now, or something to give him neutral? Unless we give him an actual move, Piccolo is always going to struggle in neutral no matter what he does. Could always give Piccolo an option. If we're talking about giving him the idea of neutral, could make it where he. So you know how his assist summons 2 orbs. We can technically bump up Piccolo's orb property. Like I said, Zebroly 21 key 5S level properties, but then just have him summon 2 orbs in a similar way that Beerus summons 2 orbs. Would fill the screen slightly more. Again, probably terrible that he definitely needs more. That he definitely needs more help from. But it's an idea at least. No, again, I don't think we're giving Piccolo. Like I said, I don't think we're giving Piccolo a beam. It's just hard to point. We could technically give him a beam. It's just hard to point out something like that when talking about a character like him who doesn't have neutral in a game where basically every character either has neutral or has a skip neutral button. Piccolo doesn't have either. He's always just been good at getting in and being annoying. Hey Midnight, what do you think about the first thing on my list? Making the 10 to beam go full screen. Jesus Christ, are we giving Piccolo better neutral? See, that's the issue. We either need to give Piccolo neutral, or we need to give Piccolo anti-neutral. Because that is literally what's required in today's game, pretty much. Even if we include these first two, even if we include these first two, the 15 to 20% damage nerf, and you can't super dash, or cancel barrier into barrier or shit like that. He's still going to be the outlier because he doesn't have neutral and he doesn't have a way to skip neutral. So we either need to do one or the other. We need to give him a beam, like make freaking the I beam, whatever. Go full screen. Make his ki blast have higher property, or we need to make like his freaking shoulder tackle or his chop be anti ki blast or whatever. And since I hate freaking giving characters the anti ki blast property. If anything, let's just improve the ki blast property of his attack, and we'll make his little beam go full screen. How about that? Just to give him some level of freaking neutral. There's a short zones in the game on all normal. What's up, Bazin? And then one more character that we're putting in the buff section, Majin Buu. Again, you know how bad, how ridiculous the world has gone, how crazy this game has gone. If I'm putting freaking Piccolo and Majin Buu in the buff section. What has this game come to put these two in the buff section? What world is this? That's seriously the most crazy. That's the most ridiculous thing in the world. I swear to God. Please buff your Majin Buu. Okay. Anyway, so Majin Buu. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with him? God knows. Possibly same thing as Piccolo. make his 5S and his 2S have higher level properties. So that way he has some form of neutral on top of revert his previous nerfs, give him his damage back, especially if we're talking about lowering the damage of the entire cast. Give him his old damage back, and make it where his level 3 can happy birthday again. There were such stupid changes, and his level 3 got a damage nerf, and they got anime where it couldn't happy birthday. So give that and his level 1 damage back, and allow them to happy birthday again. Yo, Jaguar with the 100 bits. Appreciate that, Jaguar. Yeah, so give Kid Buu his freaking damage back, let his level 3 happy birthday, and give his 5S and 2S higher level Q Blast properties. The dude also has no neutral. He has more than Piccolo, but he also has no neutral. If someone like 21 can have a 5S with higher Q Blast property, have farther reaching normals than him, and literally pretty much everything more than him, we can make his 5S and 2S have that higher level property, don't you think? I mean, I don't think that's saying too much, and that's honestly not even going to probably be close to enough. But that's the world we live in. Never go. Again, I'm making this list off the idea as well of assuming they actually do this damage nerf that they're not going to do, and because TOs would despise this because Dragon Ball matches already take long enough as is, which is weird for how stupid high the damage is. But assuming they got the assuming the damage nerf, Kid Buu gained damage back just makes a lot of sense. But DBS Broly's frame data is horrendous. Slide buff. Super early. I'm not putting him in the buff section, I'm putting him in the slightly buff section. Because especially again, if we're assuming that this is a world where we're actually going to damage nerf, he's probably going to end up doing the most damage in the game. Right, he's probably going to do the most damage in the game, but if we are lowering the damage, he's going to need a bit more on top of that. On top of that, he's kind of always needed that. We're not going to increase his damage or anything because that's what Bandai continues to do. We're going to give him some actually half decent normals. We're not giving him good normals because his damage is absurd. But we're going to give him half-decent normals. Give him some slight buffs to his normals and call it a day. That is literally it. We're going to give him some slight buffs to his normals, and then we are going to call it a day. I think it's not equal to a good character. That's true. That's why they keep buffing his damage because he's not good enough yet. Alright, so now let's talk about characters. Nothing happens. Let's talk about characters that odds are nothing will happen. Majin Buu. Probably nothing's going to happen because nothing ever happens to him. No one ever knows what to do with this guy. He can either be the scariest motherfucker on this earth, put so where nothing happens. Cell's going down here on the bottom of the list where the big nerfs are coming, and we'll get to him. We're putting him here now, and we'll get to him. Yeah, odds are nothing's going to happen to Buu. Straight up, odds are nothing's going to happen to Buu. Another character that odds are nothing will happen to. Assuming we're talking about a world where they're doing the damage nerf, a character where nothing will happen to is probably going to be Tien Gohan. Because Tien Gohan, if we lower the damage, he's honestly just fine. The scariest thing about Tien Gohan right now is he's got mix-ups, he builds meter, and he does a high amount of damage. In a world where we lower the damage, he's honestly probably just fine. And then the one other character that's not going to get any changes, because once again, damn auto combo. Nah, they're never going to nerf auto combos. And one character that also is not going to get any changes because they never get changes. Actually no. We'll do two others. One, Trunks is probably not going to change. Trunks is a character. Actually no, we'll put Trunks in slight buffs. I still think Trunks. I think Trunks, if anything, I think Trunks could go into slight buffs, just for the fact of he needs a bit of help on his normals, and if anything, make his flip a little easier to control. And especially in a world where we lower the damage a little bit, Trunks could definitely use a little help. And the other characters, nothing happened to because nothing ever happens to him. Super Saiyan Vegeta. Why is Super Saiyan Vegeta and nothing happens? For the same reason Majin Buu is here. Nothing seems to ever happen with these guys. These guys have been they get some slight buffs over time, but they really don't care for these two, do they? It's like these two have probably been the characters that have sat and done nothing for the longest time. I'm mashing that in neutral. Alright, but we'll talk about that. Buffs / nerfs. And good luck with the meeting. Buff / nerfs. You guys are going to shoot me for this, but I will explain, okay? I will explain, I promise. Beerus. Okay, I promise I will explain and it will make sense, okay? Buffs / nerfs. We're going to talk Beerus first because you guys are probably going to be yelling at me for this. Okay. So let's start with the nerfs, okay? We'll start with the nerfs just to get them out of the way. Okay, we'll start with the nerfs just to get them out of the way for you guys. Nerfs. His level 3, even if you want to keep, we can either put the damage back down or leave it alone. I don't care since we're talking about a damage nerf, overall damage nerf anyways. But his level 3 should not be minus 20 on whiff. It should be minus 5 on whiff. No. His level 3 recovery needs to be freaking brought back up. That shit is stupid. That shit is so dumb. What do you change for Vegeta since the Vegeta special cancel? What, you mean Super Saiyan Vegeta? Nothing. He can cancel it on hits. He just can't do it on whiff. So like if Super Saiyan Vegeta whiffs his Ki Blast, he can't just cancel into Super Dash at some point. Is basically what it's for. But if you're firing a bunch of Ki Blasts and they're hitting them, by all means Super Dash to do a Tiger Knee. I don't do a knee uppercut. I don't care. As long as it's hitting, you can cancel because at least it's hitting. I'm just talking about on whiff. Because if you're missing a button, then you should not be able to just make yourself, hey, I'm perfectly okay. I'm perfectly okay because I can just cancel into this on whiff. That's what this means. Okay, so anyways, back to what I was saying with Beerus. So the nerfs. Level 3 recovery. The level 3 recovery, Valiant, that fixes the level 1 to 3 option, okay? If you give the level 3 more recovery, because it is stupid, then that fixes the fact that Beerus cannot do 1 into 3 and be perfectly okay and set up a mix if he wants to. And the other nerf, alright, because I hate these freaking buttons. Beerus 2M should not go through Ki Blast and beams. Or assists. Beerus 2M should not go through Ki Blast, beams, assist. Alright? Those are the nerfs. Okay, those are the nerfs. And then for the buffs, one buff. And the reason why he's in this section for the buffs is because I have wanted a single buff for him for the last 2 years of me being a competitive player. I have asked for this buff for 2 years straight at this point. Give his freaking 2M a hitbox. Give his 2M a hitbox, man. They make it go through shit, but it still can't hit more than an inch off the ground. So remove the freaking Ki Blast invulnerable properties. I hate them. I hate them. I hate the fact that, especially full screen ones, full screen immune to Ki Blast, whatever, should not exist. So remove that, but then give him an actual 2M that hits somebody. I have literally asked this for 2 years. I literally asked for this for 2 years. Oh yeah, but we'll get into Blue Vegeta. Don't worry. All right, more buffs slash nerfs. Actually, we'll probably just put it. Actually, no, we'll probably just do that first. Actually. Oh, actually, sorry. Hang on. Sorry, one more. Sorry, Bardock. I forgot to put Bardock in buffs. My bad. I forgot the Bardock. Bardock needs buffs. He most definitely needs buffs. Sorry, I forgot about him. And also Zebro can go into slight buffs. My bad. I forgot to. Bardock needs buffs. Like, Bardock is probably the only character I can say that they probably could freaking give him an anti-Ki Blast lariat at this point. And then Z-Broly, simple. Revert the Ki Blast change. Z-Broly is the simplest slight buff in the entire game. Just revert the Ki Blast change. Make him where he's not minus 50 and 50 when he throws a Ki Blast. You think Piccolo's okay? Piccolo's not okay. Buff cooler? No. Honestly, what buffs does Bardock need? I don't even know at this point. Bardock is so power crept. Like, so power crept at this point. It is... Bardock is so power crept at this point. It is so hard to pinpoint something that can make him viable again. It really is. He's got no neutral. He's got a Ki Blast that we can only throw one. It's very slow, and it's got base Ki Blast property. No, he's got the fastest layer in the game, but it does not go through anything. His damage is kind of mid at best. We could like make his lariat to go through shit. I personally hate those, but. Make him have that. Make his Ki Blast have higher priority. Give him more. Make it where he can do 214M mid screen. Giving him more 214M and mid screen. Give him more combo potential. We can make Cell new. Honestly, I could just leave it at that, and honestly, and people would probably understand as well. If you ask me why Goku, SSJ, or Broly need buffs, I'll be here all day. So basically, it's hard to, again. What needs to be fixed with Bardock is the issue is he's so power crept to where. There are characters who have just as good, if not better, normals than he does. Probably 90-something% of the characters in this game have better neutral than he does. Probably about 80% have more damage than he does. Almost everyone has better mix-ups than he does. So the issue with Bardock and why probably no one has why no one has anything specifically to say for him on how to fix him is because he is so beyond power crept at this point that you practically need to make an entirely new character if you want Bardock to be viable again. You either need to gut the roster, basically, or you almost need to rework the character in order for Bardock to be considered viable nowadays. And there lies the issue with that. And yeah, Zebro, like I said, literally just give him his Ki Blast recovery back. That's all. Just give him his Ki Blast recovery back. Make him have the neutral he once had. Especially in a world where everyone has it. Honestly, I should monster after Gogeta Blue. Pretty never Gogeta make him strong. Mix up point character with crazy buns. Fair. Okay, so what? Okay, so what was I saying again? You know what? I'm just going to remove this one, and I'm just going to make it simple, and I'm going to put that way I can put those characters in here. Much simpler to do that. Zamasu buff / nerfs. Zamasu, give him his freaking meter back. And as for nerfs, you have a couple options. All right. Do you guys want me to spell out the different options to make everyone happy about nerfing Zamasu? You can lower his flight speed to make it where people can catch him. You can give him landing recovery off his dash, so he doesn't have the easy high low 50-50. You can make his 5M slower by a single frame to make it more in line with most other characters' 5Ms. You can give his Blades of Judgment some level of damage reduction off future parts of his combos, so he doesn't TOD you off of a single touch. I'm not saying do all of these things, because if you do all of these things, the character is dead to the world. But literally take your choice of one, maybe two of them, and give him his meter back, and honestly, he'd be just fine from there. Actually those. Hang on. I have something to replace that with. Increase. C assist. CD. There you go. One other change. Increase C assist cooldown. Nowadays, there's almost no reason to run a regular assist over a C assist. That's how much they've dropped C assist cooldown down to. There's almost no reason to run a regular assist over a C assist nowadays. Worth the buttons and maybe blade scaling. Again, take one or two of those things that I said, and then give him his meter back, and honestly call it a character there, because he'll be more than fine. He'd be more than fine after that. Roshi C is the way. Alright. Buff / nerfs. Just for Colonel, buff / nerfs. Keep flying, nerf the damage scaling on Blades of Judgment, nerf the meter on Blades of Judgment, needs to be applied to Piccolo Health Zone as well, that I suppose everyone needs to be damage scaling removed. So I'm fine with the idea of making it where Zamasu's Blades of Judgment have scaling added to them. So then I'm fine with that. Like I said, lower 5M by one frame, and then call it at that. So the nerf let's start with the nerf Roshi part. 22H needs to be nerfed. 22H needs to be nerfed. Yes, I know. No, I know no one plays Roshi, and in return for the 22H nerf, we will give some slight buffs to Roshi. Roshi 22H Roshi 22H. I'm fine with the scaling. It needs to not be an anti-air and a low crush. I'm fine with the scaling because again we're talking about a game where I'm putting a damage nerf on everyone, right? So we're talking about a game like that, but on top, and everyone's going to have crazy scaling of like a lot of characters with crazy scaling or something, but a character should not have a crazy scaling move that is a low crush and an anti-air. Remove low crush, the anti-air is life. Which players getting the pitchforks out. Say fun block. And it's a fun block. And it's a fun block, and if they block it, you call an assist in your plus. But yeah, so that's why he's in this section, because in return for that, we will give Roshi buffs. But 228 should not exist. 228 should not exist. Okay. Also, I'm probably gonna be adding things up here as I change them. I'm just going to do this now, and then just go as I see it. Doing this real fast. Okay. Just real quick doing this. Almost sliding for Rossi's neutral anti-air grab their history. Die! 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 They need to die. Anyways, what was I doing? 18 slide nerf. Why slide nerf? I'm already nerfing her through the special cancel. You can't cancel 18 barrier into 17 call barrier. Already doing that. Slide nerf to 18. If we're removing every freaking character's level 3, we are removing the level 3. So in case you guys just showed up here, I'm adding 3 universal changes to this list. A universal 15 to 20% damage nerf through one of 2 ways. One, straight damage nerf. It's as if Labco just debuffed everyone, including herself. Or 2, hit stun nerf. Make it to where combos cannot be like 100 and something hits. So that way everyone's combos go down. The damage scaling, it stays the same, but your combos won't be as long, so you're not building 3 bars of combo, and you're not doing 60-70% before supers. Back to the days of 3 touches to kill. Back to the days of 3 touches to kill, unless you get actual hits. If you get actual hits against people, you could 2-touch them. Problem is, today you can 2-touch off of the worst hits known to mankind. So back to the days of, if you get a good hit, you will 2-touch someone. If you just tap them, you will not 2-touch them. So that's more so what this is for. It's not to make it where 2 touches are impossible. It's to make it where 2 touches now require some level of effort, not just I super dash them twice and I 2-touch them. 2 cells will kill. My point exactly. So that's one change. Another change. Specials on whiff cannot be canceled. What do I mean by that? If you're playing Android 18, you cannot cancel a barrier into a barrier. If you're throwing out a beam, if you miss it, you cannot super dash afterwards. If you're throwing out key blast, you have to and they're missing, you have to actually recover before you do something. I'm sick and tired of people just throwing out specials just for the hell of it, because I'm fine. Just no. It's so dumb. And yes, I know Cell doesn't need to die, but I'm putting him in the die section anyways because of how much I hate this move. Cell is in the die section for literally one move and one move only. Okay, well, I'll make one more row. Actually no, hang on. I have an idea. So Jiren will go in die, okay? Die 214H. Buu Vegeta and Krillin. How's that? How's that? Wait, Krillin's after image is 214H? Or is it 236H? Hopefully it's 214H. Krillin's 236. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! It would have been so good. Shit. That would have been so good. Fine, I'll put die 214H and die Jiren. Okay, fine. Better. Unfortunately, that would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. Anyway, so yeah, so with 18, literally the slide nerf is just level. Oh yeah, then one other universal change. CSS cooldown. Put it back up. There's zero reason not to run a CSS right now. And that's for the person who asks, what's the Cell explanation? 214H needs to die. In multiple ways. In multiple ways. It needs to not be a TOD starter. It needs to not be ground invul. And it needs to have landing recovery. I'm putting all three on this stupid button. I am putting all three on that stupid button. It is going to have reduced scaling. It is going to have landing recovery, and it's not going to be a ground invul. You can keep your freaking air invul because that's what it's always been, but you are losing the TOD starter. You are losing the mix-up off of it. I am taking that shit away from you. What's the nerf for Roshi? 22H. 22H needs to not be a low crush and an anti-air. It can be if anything, keep an anti-air and slightly reduce the scaling, but I'm not letting it be a low crush too. If anything, it can be one or the other, preferably just an anti-air, because at least there are multiple characters with anti-airs, but it should not be a low crush and an anti-air. That's just disgusting. And it's a TOD starter too. Okay, so moving on. I really want to put Ginyu here. Okay, I really want to put Ginyu here for literally one reason and one reason only, even though I know he should technically go here. I really want to put him here for one reason and one reason only. I want them to give the Ginyu body change back. Just so I can watch the look on people's faces when garlic body steals and keeps throwing sensu beans at them. So I kind of want them to do that. But in return for them doing that, EX shoulder tackle is going to have less pushback. EX shoulder is going to have less pushback, and he's going to have slightly more recovery on the Ginyu Force calls. So again, these things are not happening, alright? This is my personal wish list because I think it would be really cool, okay? You give him slightly more recovery on Ginyu Force calls so he doesn't have the infinite block string. You give his EX shoulder tackle less pushback. Also, what happened to my music? What happened to my music? I was like, things are too silent. Make EX shoulder tackle less pushback because when you're playing Ginyu, you can do EX shoulder tackle into backdash 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 EX shoulder tackle, and they're all TOD starters. I'm gonna give them less pushback, so we can't just do that, and then give Ginyu back his body change off anything. Because it would be because I really want to see people do that again. Because you never see body change anymore, and I miss it. I'm like, I don't play Ginyu, so I don't even get to be the one that does it. But I miss seeing Ginyu body change, so I want them to give that back to us. Fair enough. Because he's a cool character, he's a cool concept. His combos are cool. Unfortunately, if I give him more recovery, the combo structure would have to change. But knowing the fact that it's Ginyu, they'll figure something out. They always do. But the infinite Ginyu block string can't exist. It really can't. Ginyu B should not give meter. I don't really care about that. Slide nerf to 16. And when I say slide nerf to 16, just like with 18, one thing. That grab should either not be full screen, or it should not go through key blast beams and everything. That's going to be a recurring thing you guys are going to be hearing. You guys are going to be hearing from me. It should be one of two things. It should not be full screen, or it should not go through key blast and beams. Buttons that go through key blast and beams that go full screen should not exist. Straight up, it should not exist. They're just specials, yep, and that basically go full screen. Okay, I might have debating on this, but I might have a slightly controversial. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I don't, because I changed that for one reason only. Blue Gogeta. Okay, so this was a controversial. I meant buff / nerfs Blue Gogeta. We're going to give him his meter back. Actually, do we even need to nerf? Actually don't even think I need to nerf. I actually don't think I really need to nerf him. Running 16s and slide nerf for one reason only. His EX command grab either needs to not be full screen, or needs to not go through beams and projectiles. Change the scale and charge. How they work to fall off, but only to a point. That's true. I just realized this is missing a lot of characters. God damn it. Wait, is the patch out? No, the patch doesn't come out until Evo. I just realized that this list only goes through UI Goku. So it's missing Baby, Gogeta, and Lap Code. Okay, just for the record, I guess, since I don't want to pull up a different tier list and do this all over again. Gogeta and Lab Code are both going to buff / nerfs. They're both getting their meter back, and they are both getting nerfs. This is 2-1-4S actually. Yeah, so good. Yeah, anyways, back to what I was saying. Gogeta would be in buff / nerf. He would get buffed because he would get his meter back, but he would be nerfed probably through his I don't think his auto combo should be an anti-air. It's that the second hit of his auto combo should not hit behind him. And I don't think his 2L should be 0 on block. There you go. There's your nerfs in return for having your damn meter back. Stupid fusion character. Lab code would also go into buff / nerfs, because A should get her meter back, but her spin is going to be basically like a DP. She can no longer call assists off of it, and she is heavily punishable off of it. Yeah, I'm straight up saying, yeah, your spin is no longer spammable. Spin is just no. Okay, since people want to talk about it, Blue Vegeta. Blue Vegeta is straight up going the nerf section. His 214H frame 4 invul gotta go. That shit gotta go. Big Bang attack damage dropped. You need to do one of two things needs to happen to Blue Vegeta. Alright, one of two things needs to happen to Blue Vegeta. Alright, specifically his Big Bang attack. One, damage needs to be tanked. Straight up. Big Bang attack's damage needs to be tanked. Straight to the ground. Or remove Big Bang attack cancels. They either need to tank the damage, or they need to make it where he cannot cancel Big Bang attack into Big Bang attack into Rekka into Big Bang attack into Rekka into Big Bang attack into grab. So either tank the damage or remove the cancels. One of the two. One of the two has to go. Both of them together, and the fact that it kept happening at the same time, too much. Way too much. Okay, those routes to be boring. They would. So tank the damage. So tank the freaking damage. Vegeta Goku. Slide nerf. 214S. Remove the frame 4. Remove the freaking frame 4s. Okay, it's not frame 4, but you get my point. I'm saying it anyways. I'm saying it. Remove the invulnerability of the stupid attack. $11 frames. I don't care. 4 frames, 11 frames. I don't care. Remove it. Alright, that's all I care about. Literally, remove it. Slide nerf, 17. The assist. Nerf it. 17 is literally saving and making the careers of so many people at this point. "17 says, like, this game literally says, do whatever you want, you're fine. 17 says, do whatever you want, you're fine. So when you combine the two together, suddenly, not only are you fine, but your opponent loses for even considering the thought that you're not fine. Just the mere thought of it. but Buu Vegeta grab plus 17 call literally is a 50-50 plus being grabbed. Plus the option of being grabbed. Also just making sure, do I need to explain to anyone why Jiren's in die? Safe to assume I don't, but just making sure. Does anyone need an explanation on why Jiren's in die? Yeah, it's funny how 18A and lab code B exist, but 17A is just 18A is just there. Everything he does is best in class. His meter is best in class. His staggers are best. His staggers are best in class. His normals are best. His normals are best in class. His tag options are best in class. His level one. Varia can correct me if I'm wrong. I think is best in class. That doesn't include Tien hurting himself, or doesn't require two members of your team being dead. What are we talking about? Oh, Jiren. It's a strong school level 1? Okay. A bit less than 10. Oh, I was talking about Jiren's level 1. What is it compared to the compared to the top levels of supers? I said I think it was like just behind Tien, so it's the highest one that doesn't and like base Goku, but so that was like the highest one that doesn't include some secondary some difficulty pain for it. But anyways, continuing on, Krillin, nerf. Sorry, garlic. Well, not really. Why, bro? Why? Two reasons. Rocks. 214H. Rocks 214H. Oh, and key blast. Well, actually no. This one. Actually, that's not special. Krillin 236H. 236H. I keep assuming it's 214, but no, 236H. Sorry. Krillin 236H. Krillin rocks. And Krillin. Actually, no, key blasts are fine. Krillin beam. And Krillin beam is too safe. Nah, Krillin would still be stupid. Fine, if you don't want to find nerf the hit stun on rocks at least. Like we can keep rocks being strong, but come on, the Krillin rocks should not have that much hit stun on them. Krillin 236H needs to be nerfed. The hit stun on rocks need to be nerfed, and Krillin beam is literally unpunishable. Like even prior to being able to cancel your beams on whiff, Krillin's beam was already unpunishable. It just became even more unpunishable after that change. So all three of those things combined say Krillin needs nerfs. And it's also one of the fastest beam in the game that he can hold, by the way. Whose theme is this? That's Frieza's. That's what. Thanks, minded. Okay. Vegeta Jr. No. Remember I said 17. Remember I said before 17. 17 is literally making careers. Yeah, Nappa Cyberman right now is doing the same thing. Have you seen what the Cyberman? Have you seen what the Cyberman does, Zambi? No, it is not insane. Cyberman right now is a full screen auto confirm that still allows Nappa to go stop for a cup of coffee before coming back and confirming his combos. So Nappa is going into the nerf section for 2 nerfs. 2 nerfs. First nerf. And Nappa players will kill me for this. Cybermen die to Ki Blast and beams. Nappa players are going to murder me for that one. Cybermen die to Ki Blast and beams. Second Nappa nerf. It should not have a auto confirm from full screen that lasts for 20 seconds. Why not nerf and buff? Because he doesn't need buffs. Never Cyberman fair and balanced. Bullshit. Nappa's got a two-part key blast and an explosion on top of having a Cyberman, which basically says fuck you to anyone who tries to do a key blaster beam. Then also Nappa has like a 50-60% of the screen 5A that they can do to try and punish people for trying to hit Vegeta Jr. Oh yeah, and he's also got a ridiculously fast overhead for extra damage. Many ways to set up 50-50s off Cybermen, even with said nerf that I'm talking about. Perpetual tier list thus far. Appreciate that, Bandit. He's just so bald. He's that guy from Courage. You, sir, are incredibly bald. Anyways, but yeah, so what's up, John? But anyway, so yeah, Nappa. 2 nerfs to Cybermen. The rest of them can stay the same. 2 nerfs to Cybermen now. Definitely required. Just go into YouTube. Probably. It's being streamed on YouTube right now, so probably. Raise base Q. He's in buffs. I could probably put this on YouTube. It's gonna be a long ass YouTube video since we've literally been doing this for over an hour at this point, and we're nowhere close to being done. Okay, you wanted to talk about Gotenks. What do we do with Gotenks? I know Gotenks should. I honestly don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do with Gotenks. I know he should get nerfed a little bit. But at the same time, I'm just like, what should we do? Actually, if we are talking a world where we're reducing on damage, then yeah, he's fine. Majin 21, Janemba. We'll talk about Janemba next. Janemba buff/nerfs. Janemba buff/nerfs. Because I hate frame 4, so we're making the frame 4 teleport a little slower, make it like frame 6, frame 8, or something like that. And then in return we're giving him his meter back. Maybe scaling the CX moves. Actually, that's true. We'll put Gotenks and slide nerfs. We'll make his EX punches be slightly worse starters, if anything. Even with the damage nerf, his EX punch has always been kind of crazy when it comes to it. He needs more damage or something. Janemba? Yeah, well, Janemba will get damage. But don't say 2M. I am buffing 2M, but I'm also nerfing 2M. See, Del, you missed the whole spiel earlier. So here's the thing with Beerus. Okay, Del. Here's the thing with Beerus. So here are the nerfs first. Before you get on my ass, and I know you're already typing it. First off, level 3 recovery. We're putting that shit back up. Okay, we're putting that shit back up because that should never happen in the first place. Second thing we're nerfing is 2M. It should not go through Ki Blast, beams, and assists. Okay, and then in return, we're giving his 2M an actual freaking hitbox because he's needed for literally years. Minus 20 is indeed a joke. So we're bringing that shit back up. We're making it where 2M doesn't go through shit because full screen buttons that go through things should not exist in this game. And then give us 2M an actual hitbox that he's literally needed for years at this point. It stays full screen because that is literally what it's always been. It has an actual hitbox that hits people who try to do grounded super dashes because literally his one weakness has always been super dashes. So the fact that people can do it from the ground and beat 2M when literally that cannot happen to any other character in the game.
Scientific off. 5 meters, no sparking. Very quality. 5 seconds left of sparking. Gets the troll, the air. And I was right. This is huge. No mid-screen mix, 1 bar. Oh, it could. Oh my!
No meter though, no meter.
Great block by Scientific, doesn't get the save. No. Oh my god! In gets the kill. Oh.
Yeah, so yeah, nerf that. Full screen is BS 3/4 I'll rock with. Okay, I'll agree with that. If it's 3/4 of the screen and you give him an actual hitbox, I will take that deal. Is there any full screen load that'd be? No. But don't closest one to a full screen button like that is Gogeta Blue. Fine, 3/4 of a screen and a good hitbox. And return it doesn't go through anything. Wouldn't be the first time they've nerfed the range on 2M. Yeah, they've definitely nerfed the range on 2Ms on other characters, and they also buffed it as well. Sometimes. Other times it doesn't. It's on. I honestly never know why sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, so that's the buff I want to Beerus, and in return, I will happily give up the two buffs they gave him last patch, because those are 2 buffs that I never cared about nor wanted for this character, because I didn't want that for any character, but I keep giving up the characters. Honestly, let's see here. Goku Black. Honestly, I think he's fine. When we're talking about buffing and nerfing other characters, in that sense, Goku Black is honestly probably fine. But it's funny because I've been waiting forever for that to be the case for him. Honestly, he's pretty good now. I don't really think he needs anything else. But in a world where we're nerfing these other characters, I mean, I don't really think Goku Black needs much else of anything. You guys have probably fought against Goku Black nowadays more than I have, so you guys can let me know if you think otherwise. But honestly, I think Goku Black probably can stay the same. Oh, well, that's no doubt, Midnight. He's obviously in the best state he's ever been. That is 100% guaranteed. Okay, okay. Should we talk about another elephant in the room? Hi, Gohan. This freaking character, man. This character needs a straight up damage nerf. Part of me just wants to say remove level 7 in its entirety, but they're never going to do that. His air ki blast needs a nerf. It needs recovery. Same thing with his grounded ki blast. That ki blast. His 2S is disgusting, and his damage is also disgusting. I know I'm doing an overall damage nerf, but I think he needs a higher damage nerf than that. Keep it all in nurse, but give him an indicator. There you go. There you go. That better. How's that? Nerf, but give level counter. Good? Alright. No carrots, honestly fine. 10. Tien's honestly just fine. Another character where he does really good damage, and he'll probably be one of the in a world where we actually nerf a bunch of characters, or when it comes to damage, he'll probably be a pretty popular anchor after that for his damage output. He doesn't really do anything too crazy. He's honestly just very solid all around, pretty much. Did Gohan not have level up on release? No, he did. So on release, he didn't have level 3, 5. Actually, he didn't have level 3 or level 7. He went to level 7, but level 7 gave him reverse beats. So on release, adult Gohan had level 1 to give him his normal power up, and level 7, which gave him reverse beat. The level 3 double dash and the level 7 special cancel did not exist back then. Nerf Tien, fuck that, man. Nah, honestly, I think Tien's fine. He needs to chip dance on his guard point moves. Eh. I was going to put all the meter characters. I was going to put all the meter characters in here. Oh yeah, I was going to give. Actually, no, I don't know what I was going to give for hit. Yeah, so hit. Give him his meter back, but then make it where his EX stance cancel it's like minus 24 on cancel, something like that. I think like minus 20 or minus 20 or something like that is somewhere around there is where it's currently at. Make it where even at your fastest cancel, it's still at least a couple frames slower, because he can cancel out that EX stance too damn quick, and we're going to give him his meter back. Might as well. Damn, my entire team is a nerf. Sorry, Jack. I didn't do it on purpose. Okay, I kind of did on purpose. Cooler? Cooler's probably another character that honestly that can just stay the same. Cooler's probably stays the same or buff / nerf. Either nothing should happen, or Cooler should have some slight changes to him, both for the better and for the worse. Honestly, it's probably closer to a stays the same. Honestly, at this point. Honestly, I think Cooler's probably. I think Cooler's just fine. if anything, maybe make it where you can do auto combo into dive and have it be non-2Hable or some shit like that. But honestly, he's probably just fine. No, we're not. Do not make J2H universal. Anything freaking remove that. We can always do that for a buff slash nerf. Give him a few better options or like buff his specials or something. Make his mid-screen combos, make his mid-screen combos off of a 2H a little better or something. But in return, remove the J2H because J2H is kind of dumb. But for the most part, I think you can just stay the same. Honestly, his 3H is fine. His 3H is honestly one of the more fair anti-key blast buttons, to say the least. Honestly, probably the most fair anti-key blast button. Kefla, side nerf. What would you say is a good Beerus team composition? Beerus you can honestly put with many characters. You honestly could put with many characters. It's just it'll just be a matter of who you want on the team. Vulcan. You can basically put him with basically anyone who doesn't want a key blast assist, pretty much. Because Beerus A assist is good, but if you're playing a character that needs like an actual assist to mix somebody, or needs to set up in neutral or something, or tosses a bunch of key blasts in neutral, Beerus A might not be as good for you there. But otherwise, Beerus can honestly work with that invade pretty much. Oh yeah, that, and Beerus wants a lot of meter, so if anything, putting him with someone that builds a lot of meter is good. And in reverse, putting him with someone who spends a lot of meter isn't the greatest. One of the reasons why my Beerus Zamasu duo was not a very good duo, just because of the fact that they both are very meter hungry. Patch came out already? No, we're about a year of that. But they want nerf on Krillin and Blue Vegeta. So Krillin. So Krillin is 236H, needs to be not invul. Alright, that should needs to be removed. Rocks need to have lower hit stun, because they have way too much. Well, we were talking about cooler 3H at one point. And what was the other one again? Oh yeah, and Beam needs to have more recovery. Blue Vegeta 214H needs to not be invul, and Big Bang Attack needs to do less damage. So like a decent team, nothing too crazy. Honestly, Vulcan, give me like, so besides Beerus, give me one character you think you'd want to play, then I'll give you a third. Because honestly, it's hard to just say, oh, play this, this, and this. Like I said, just give me one other character that you think you want to play, then I'll give you a third for that. How about that? Enzem says Zamasu too easy to use. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen Enzem play a whole lot of Zamasu, right? Maybe cooler? Cooler Beerus. Honestly, cooler Beerus plus Krillin would probably be pretty disgusting. I can't even lie. What do you think? Watsky? Cooler Beerus Krillin? Sounds pretty disgusting, don't you think? Normals for days, annoying ass assist for days. A DP assist plus rocks for Krillin. Sounds good. Sounds like a winner to me, to be honest. And some hot take number. Enzem hot take number 133,341,212. So let me actually answer the question. Zamasu is much easier to play now than he once was. He's still on the harder side of characters in this game, but for the most part, the majority of characters in this game are not very hard to play now. So when talking about Dragon Ball FighterZ characters, Zamasu I think is still on the harder end of characters to play, especially in today's game, where you actually have to dodge a million specials being thrown out now. But he's still not as bad as if you're trying to play a hard character in the vast majority of other fighting games. I guess it will be how I put it. I definitely like in a game like this though, I wouldn't exactly say when I'm looking at all these characters, Zamasu is easy compared to a lot of them. But it's definitely Dragon Ball FighterZ just in general is on the easier side of games to play. So he's not exactly that bad to learn. He really isn't. He's a lot scared. He's just scared. People say he's really hard, but he's not nearly as bad. Like Beerus, I think is much harder to play than Zamasu is. Okay, if we're talking about a world where we're nerfing some damage, Yamcha needs some help. Alright, Yamcha just straight up needs some help, be it in the slightly buff or in the buff category, but he needs some help. He's definitely got shoutouts to the last 2 patches, giving Yamcha things he actually needed. He needed them years ago, but shoutouts to the last 2 patches. They actually gave Yamcha what he needed. I'd say go cooler points, and then Beerus A, and then Krillin A. So if anything, you can go cooler A, Beerus A, Krillin A, probably in that order. You can probably swap between Beerus and Cooler depending on which character you're more comfortable with at points. But I'd probably, at least to start, would go with Cooler Point. Yeah, Yamcha though. Actually, no. What the hell am I talking about? I know exactly what the buff Yamcha. Give Yamcha his recovery back. Give my boy buffs. Give him his old Wolfing Fist bag. Give him his old recovery back, and give him a 5S that goes through Ki Bless. Give Yamcha his things back. I still can't believe they're still gone after those 2 things are still nerfed to this day. With all the craziness going on, the recovery on his Wolfang Fist. Listening to Zane push for Yamcha, but it's like, yes. I was a Yamcha player at the same time Chris G was. I dropped Yamcha as Chris G kept playing him. Because even I had my limits with how much I was playing, with how much I was willing to put in for Yamcha. Super Saiyan Goku. God, I really want to. You know, I'm putting him in buff / nerfs. I'm putting him in buff / nerfs. So my reasoning for it, okay, my reasoning for it is one nerf and one nerf only. I think the aerial Tatsu should not be plus on block. All right, I think my opponent does jump over J and cross up into Tatsu. On hit it gives full combo, and on block it's plus. I don't think that should be a thing. And then in return, you can have your freaking 2M back. All right, you can have. We can buff his normals. You can give him his freaking 2M back. But I think Tatsu being plus on block is actually disgusting. Like, I think Super Saiyan Goku is honestly mad underrated. Due to his ability, due to that Tatsu giving combos off of every option and then being plus on every option. What would you say is the most disgusting team in DBFZ that you could ever play where you would just want to leave? No, not that one. There you go. There you go. There's your most disgusting team, or you can put blue, or you can replace one of these two with blue Vegeta. Like you can swap Cell with blue Vegeta, and it would also be incredibly disgusting. So there you go. There's your most disgusting team. That'll make you never want to play the game ever again. I'm fine with it being useful, Kakarot, but not only is it worth using for once, it's now what you spam almost. I just think they went overboard with the button. Is what I'm getting at. I think they went overboard with it. They went from being barely used to now to it being used nonstop. I'm referring to 214L, yes. And 214M leading to crazy corner carry, into the ground bounce, into lots of improved combos for him. That's fine. All right, that's fine. You want to get crazy combos off him and get some good corner carry? By all means, go for it. Super Saiyan Goku always struggled to have any halfway decent combo that didn't require him to use half a bar. So keeping 214M into the punch, fine. Want to keep the punch beam plus? Fine, because it's at least slow and you can see reflectable. You can see the reflect, but that light Tatsu is something else. Slight nerf, base Vegeta. Same reason that 18 is on here. If we're removing all the level 3 Okis in the game, why is his still here? Simple as that. Same thing. Simple as that. Same thing with 18. I'll put them next to each other just to prove my point. Just to prove my point. If we remove the level 3 of Oki off 21, if we remove the level 3 Oki off GT Goku, remove the level 3 Oki off of Bardock, why is 18 and base Vegeta still there? Was a guy called Carried by Beerus. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Vegito, buff / nerf. We're going to buff Vegeta. We're going to give Vegito his meter back. We're going to buff Vegito's assist because they made it garbage compared to everyone else, which is ironic since they literally made everyone else stupid. And in return, we're going to finally nerf his air specials, because the fact that they can do special, into 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 special. No. No. So we're going to finally give him so in return for him getting meter back and his assist not 100% back, but at least have it be better. We're going to finally give him some freaking recovery off his air specials. Vegeta still solo TOD. Remember, Midnight, I'm talking about a world where damage is nerfed. We're talking about a world where the damage is nerfed. And yes, his assist needs. Because this entire list is technically my proposed idea for what Dragon Ball FighterZ could be. This entire thing is just a proposed idea. Surprised he didn't put SSJ in damage and. Surprised he didn't put SSJ in damage nerf. I can argue that Cooler could use a Janemba from 12 frames to 10 frames in exchange as 5, which is no longer -1. I'd take it. I'd take that. It's 5 HP -1 is pretty rough. So I'd be fine with that. What do we have left? We don't have much left at this point. Honestly, Videl can honestly probably stay the same at this point. If we're not, I'm sure Katara will get really mad at me for that. But honestly, in a world where we're changing all these characters, Videl's honestly kind of fine. Give Videl a reflect. They're not giving Videl a reflect. Even in my situational world, Videl would not have a reflect because they refuse to give her that. It's pretty funny that even in my made up world, that still hasn't happened. Okay. Frieza, buff / nerf. Frieza, we can buff some of his assists, but sorbet damage is no. Sorbet damage is no, and honestly, this might just be a personal thing. All right, I'll say this: I am slightly biased, but Frieza's 236S, his little orb thing that he sends across the ground, that shit needs some recovery on it. Dealing with Frieza throwing 236S all the time honestly reminds me of dealing with Krillin beam. It's just like, hey look, there's a beam that's coming my way that I can't punish. I agree, Cyrix. I hope so too. That's why they're pretty much all in here. I think they should just get their meter back, and then they should actually get actual nerfs. Frieza plays armor on Jiren being Hitsu because he's stupidly strong in zone. It's based on 236S alone. Yeah, 236S as a button again in itself needs. I think that button needs a nerf, and in return they could buff some of his other buttons. Because that one button alone literally makes or breaks Frieza pretty much, and I hate characters that are literally make or break off of one button, because that's no fun. That's no fun to play. If I only have one good button and I spam the one good button, that's no fun. Blue Goku. Blue Goku's literal only change is, yeah, kind of exactly what you said, Kashiki. I don't understand why, like, Blue Goku is the only character with basically with almost a safe command grab because of the follow-up. Just remove the follow-up. Leave everything else the same. Literally leave everything else the same. He would, odds are, in the situational world, he would probably end up being one of the stronger characters, but he's actually hard to play. So odds are not many people will play him still. Just like what's happened for the last 3 years. And then Majin 21. What to do with you? What to do with you? I'm torn between buff / nerfs and nothing happens. So honestly, 21 for the most part is fine, but at the same time I want to buff for level 3. So I kind of want to put her in Nothing Happens, but at the same time, I kind of want to buff her her quote unquote. I kind of want to buff her unblockable level 3, because I don't want to make I want to remove it being unblockable, and actually make it worth using. Like I don't want I don't want it to be unblockable, because you can't buff an unblockable super. But I want to make it worth using. You know? Like if anything, I wouldn't mind seeing a world where they remove 21's level 3 from being unblockable, so you can block it. It does a decent amount of chip, just like Spirit Bomb does, and it does like Spirit Bomb levels of damage. I think that, and would also give them a grounded level 3 that they actually would want to use. So that's what I'd want to see for 21 level 3, because again, it is so pointless at this point. No, 21. The other time on the team, yeah. So there's a team specifically set up that if you play these specific assists for the specific setup, you can get a unstoppable Majin 21 unblockable level 3. So if anything, I'll leave her at Nothing Happens, but I would like for them to make her the grounded level 3 just straight up a new level 3 that is just works the same way as a level 3, not a 5-second long charge and have it be unblockable. No, let it be blockable. Just have it be Spirit Bomb. Literally, just have it be Spirit Bomb. You use all four of your steals, and you do that. Base Vegeta nerf, just the level 3 Oki. If we removed every character's level 3 Oki, then base Vegeta's level 3 Oki's got to go too. It is literally. I know. Not the level 3. Hey, I'm just being fair here. Yeah, like I said, in a world where we remove 21s, we remove Bardocks, we remove GT Goku, and then basically no other character has it. It's weird that 18 and base Vegeta still have it. So if we're removing it from everyone else, then we might as well remove it. Then we should remove it from them too, and that's what the nerfs is for them. Just grab them. So just Dragon Rush. So yeah, if anything, I'd like to see 21 have that level 3 actually be usable. It's not usable now. I would love for it to be usable. To be fair though, his need starts to grab with the grab toss. And even then, big bang attack damage. Command Grab should not be invulnerable, and Big Bang Attack should not do as much damage as it does, while allowing you to do 7 Big Bang Attacks in a combo. One more nerf. Limit enter 21 left with especially 1 OTG attack per combo. Let's keep doing that. Yes, we are still watching. Yes, we are still listening to music. We are still talking about this. Damn it, YouTube. I kind of want to just do a straight up revert, but at the same time it made the... I kind of want to make it a straight up revert, but we could technically have an option if we don't want to revert it entirely to let it have one hit of armor on it, but it loses to anti-airs. So we could technically make it a setup for Blue Vegeta where it has one hit of armor on it, allowing it to beat super dashes, one of the things that Blue Vegeta struggled against. But it still loses the 2 H's though, and it's not a just spam at all time moment. I think that'd be fair. Man, I think that'd be fair. But yeah, so this is my very long list. What do you guys think? Any comments, questions, concerns, things you change? Zane, you're an absolute moron. What on earth are you thinking? Oh god, no! We're murdering perfect attack. Screw that. We're murdering that shit. You think 21 is too fair right now? Yeah, but at the same time though, we're talking about a situation where we're nerfing all these characters. Remembering I want to bury in the ground. Touche. Vegeta next to Jiren. Nah, I don't think Blue Vegeta needs to die in the same sense as Jiren. Blue Vegeta needs two things nerfed. Jiren needs more than that. So Jiren definitely belongs in die. Cell belongs in die too, but one bun specifically needs to die for Cell. Blue Vegeta needs 2 things nerfed. So I'm not sure he belongs in the die section. And if you guys missed anything, I'll probably just copy this out of Twitch and post it onto YouTube. So if you guys missed any reasoning behind why I talked about anything, you guys can always check that out. Yep, Cells is just 1 button, and Blue Vegeta is just those 2 buttons. But those 2 buttons combined are not as egregious as Cell. Whereas Lab Code 21. So for some reason this file that this tier list I just assumed had Lab Code on. It didn't. It was missing Gogeta, Lab Coat, and Baby. So Lab Coat and Gogeta 4 both go into buff/nerfs. They both get their meter back. Gogeta is going to lose his 2L is going to be -2 again. And his auto combo is not going to be an anti-air, and the second hit of his auto combo does not hit behind him anymore. And Lab Coat's frame 1 anti-air spin is going to be receiving the DP property, meaning it is anti-air invulnerable, but you cannot call it assist afterwards, and you're just going to have to deal with that. So Lab Code and Gogeta will both go in here. Baby would probably go into nerf. Baby would either go in nerf or slight nerf, but Baby would be in one of these two. No, I'm not making it a DP, but I am going to make it where you can't call assist though. I'm not going to make it where lab code where if you do the spin, you cannot like you die if they block the spin. I'm not going to make it that, but I am going to make it where you can't call and assist afterwards. If you spin and they block it, it is their turn and you're just going to have to deal with that. Yeah, no, sorry. I'm not making it an actual DP. I'm just making it where you can't call and assist afterwards. It is just as punishable as it was before, but now you can't do spin plus assists and have that be your neutral, your anti-air, your wake up, your everything's. What's up, Nitro? Don't worry, Nitro. I'm competing in a Grand Blue tournament in 2 hours, so this is probably the only glimpse of Dragon Ball anyone's going to be seeing on this channel, probably for the next month until the balance patch for after Evo. But multiple people had asked for my opinion on the balance patch, what I wanted to see, so I said, you know what, we're just going to take a part of a stream one of these days, and we're just going to make this list. And besides, apparently there's a chance that Project L is coming out as early as January next year, and then Impact is coming out later this year. So it's sounding like it doesn't matter what they do on the balance patch. I'll be playing possibly 2 other team fighters within the next 7 months. So people ask me if I told them to delete the game. It's Nitro. It's clipped in my Discord. If the balance patch comes out next month and they buff every character in the game, I will uninstall the game on stream. It is clipped twice in my Discord. So if they buff everyone, I am uninstalling on stream. Wait, Lotus uninstalled? Damn. I know Lotus was on our side when we were doing that group discussion talking about the state of the game, but damn, I wasn't expecting him to uninstall too. I assume January for Project L. Yeah, they said. Yeah, so originally they said our plan is 2025, which made me assume late 2025. But then apparently they announced early 2025. And we haven't reached Baby. No, I already did Baby, but I accidentally clicked on a tier list apparently that had no Baby, Gogeta, or Lab Coats. So I just spoke for them rather than put them on the list, unfortunately. And then apparently they just recently said, oh yeah, there's a chance we might be able to get it out as early as January. So damn. Apparently I'm going to be playing Grand Blue for even less time, or focusing on Grand Blue even less time than I thought. I'm still probably competing Grand Blue even like, so it's like assuming let's just say Hunter x Hunter comes out and it's a tournament worthy game, and Project L comes out in January. I'll still compete in Grand Blue at tournament, same thing like I do with Dragon Ball, but odds are I'll just compete in them. I'm not going to hard focus them. I'll be like Chris G and Sonic Fox and signing up for 4 games at tournaments. That'd be a pain in the ass, I'm sure. So I'll play for 30 minutes. Yeah, sounds about right. Midnight. The last couple of days I've played Dragon Ball. I've managed maybe about an hour or so of Dragon Ball before I end up stopping. Maybe that much before I had to stop and say no, fuck this. Hope they don't rush it. Me too. I hope it's good. I'm fine waiting a little longer. Like if the events are coming out in March, May, I'd be more than okay with that too. That's still sooner than I thought I was going to. But yeah, so anyways, though, before I get too far off on the Project L rants, just so I can end it and be able to post this shit for YouTube, I guess. Any other questions, thoughts, concerns on my changes to Dragon Ball list outside of there is 0 chance this is going to happen because there are way too many nerfs on this list? How would you buff UI? So UI would be a couple things, but the main things being revert. We will give him back his old assist. We give him back his 214H. And we probably reduce the recovery, and we probably reduce the recovery on his his key blast and the likes, since those are his only form of neutral. Also, I still want his 6H to be better. It probably will never be better, but I want it to be better because it's such a cool move. It's just unfortunate that it's so bad. Do you think Gohan should keep that auto combo? At this point, might as well. At this point, honestly, you might as well at this point. I doubt they're going. We can say let's nerf the Tien Gohan auto combo, but at this point, the Tien Gohan auto combo is kind of the least of my worries when it comes to this game. If I'm being honest. So could they nerf it? Yes. Would I cry about it if they nerfed it? No. Would I cry about it if they didn't nerf it? Also no. There are many things that I find that are much worse and much worse off in this game than Tien Gohan auto combo at this point. What I say about UI? I said revert his assist, revert his 214H, and then probably reduce the recovery on his 2S and his 5S, giving him some level of neutral, since he really doesn't have much of it. And I want them to make his 6H actually viable, but I'm not sure how they do it without breaking it. But it's just such a cool move that I want to see it actually used. Whose theme is this? 16's got a good theme. Whenever I end up fighting against Lucar always puts this theme on. But yeah, so you're welcome, Bandai. Feel free to copy all this for the balance patch, and I'll see you guys in Project L.